So guys, I'm showing you the best fishing spots here inside of Fish on Roblox. So this is going to include pretty much every level of player. So from beginner to the most advanced players, what the best spots are for each individual person. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this video. If you're very new to the game, you just started playing, you will probably spawn in on this Moosewood Island right here. So obviously this is going to be the island that you're going to fish on in the very beginning. But once you finally get out of this island, there's actually two different places that I would recommend getting. So once you finally get your first boat, I would recommend spawning that in, obviously. And once you spawn it in, there's two different islands that a lot of people recommend, especially for beginners. So is this good? So the very first island would actually be Roslet Bay over here. I'm going to show you this spot really quickly, and there's a couple other spots. This is for beginners, for newer players to the game. So get into that. So you're going to head over to Roslet Bay, and this has been a spot for a really long time, but it's just the Roslet Bay right here. This is for, again, super beginners, basically people that pretty much just started really recently. That's who would fish in this zone primarily. So yeah, again, people that are kind of just newer, it's because it's good for XP and it's overall the selling is decent again, but this is for very, very beginners. All right, the next spot, this one I believe is on Forsaken Shores Island. I don't think it's here. You could also fish here, but yeah, let's go to the next zone. This is going to be a little bit higher, a little bit more advanced, but you could still get here to this next island that we're going to really easily. So I'm going to go ahead and get to that island, and that's going to go ahead and be Forsaken Shores. Now this one has been known as basically the XP island for a long time, especially in the beginning when the game kind of first came out. But yeah, we're going to head all the way up here. There's actually a goblin up here that I can go ahead and do the quest for while I'm up here. But this pool right here specifically is going to give you a really good amount of XP and fish. So keep that in mind. This pool is also very, very good for beginners, but mainly more so for XP than necessarily money. But now that we've kind of gotten a little bit out of the beginners, I'm going to go into a little bit higher, which also still could be done by beginners. But this is just obviously I ranked it the way I did. So I'm going to get this goblin really quickly that's over here, and then I'm going to go back. All right, so we're heading over to the next island, which is going to be at I forgot what it's. I think it's something cavern. It's I'll show you in a second once I get on the map. And this is, again, could also be for beginners because you can still access this as a beginner, but heard a lot of good things about this zone, if I could find it, which is going to be Castaway Cliffs. Now, if you didn't play the game in the very beginning when the game first launched, you wouldn't know, but this is actually a new island, or new to me at least, new to when I came back to playing Fish. So this is a newer island. I don't know how new it is, but I just haven't really unlocked anything. I don't think I have any of the best series completed on this island. But apparently, if you go up to the top up here, let me just try to climb up here. This little pond right here is very, very good for beginners, apparently. So beginners and more intermediate players. A lot of people, I don't know, I've just heard a lot of good things about this spot. So I would highly recommend giving it a try if you haven't already. But we're about to get into the more advanced, more upper level of places to fish to make the most amount of money. So be ready. So the next zone that I want to mention quickly is going to be the depths. Now, a lot of people say that this wouldn't be that great of a zone, but I'm just showing you the more intermediate zones, and this is going to be the depths, I would say. So if you don't know how to get to the depths, it's kind of hard for me to explain because I don't have a whirlpool open, but wait for a strange whirlpool to open. Those basically are just a whirlpool with this little swirly thing coming out the top of it. Jump in one of those and you guys can go to the depths and do all of that. You can look up one of my tutorials or go watch someone else's on YouTube or something, and you'll be able to find those really easily. Those aren't that hard, but I just wanted to quickly mention that as kind of like a mid-game level one that you can go to. It kind of looks like this whirlpool, but it has like a huge string thing coming out of it. All right, so next on the list is going to actually be this is one of my personal favorites, and it is a way higher, more advanced tier place to go. This is not a place you would want to go if you're a beginner or really even advanced. I would make sure that you've gotten a lot of stuff and you're pretty experienced in the game, because this is going to take a while to unlock, even in and of itself. It took me forever to unlock, so I'm going to go ahead and get the Traveler's Whistle. This is a place that you have to kind of do a little bit of digging to get to, but basically it is called the it's called the Traveler, or it's called the Calm Zone, and you use the traveling whistle to get there because it's so far away that they had to implement a way into the game to make you get to it quicker, because it could take you literally an hour to get there without the whistle. So it was kind of ridiculous, but yeah, they made it a lot easier to get to if you buy the Traveler's Whistle. But yeah, this is one of by far the best zones. I'm going to teleport there in 1 second once I finish this stupid quest. All right, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is get my Traveler's Whistle out, and you can see that I can teleport to the Calm Zone, and this does cost 200,000, so it is a bit expensive. Yeah, we just teleported down here, and this is one of the best zones. I used this zone for so long, and this is what I thought was the best zone for the longest time. It is one of the best, and I still use this zone all the time because I just think it's good. But yeah, this zone, just the money you make here is pretty good. So that's all I'm going to say. It's a really good zone overall. So yeah, this is the Calm Zone, by the way, and this full guide, tutorial, everything is going to be on my channel if you guys want to go check those out. They're a little bit older. They're probably from a couple months ago, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, this is one of the next best. And now, personally, I think one of the best, this is going to be the last, obviously, in my list, but is going to be the Crimson Cavern. I'm not currently in it right now, but I do have a full video on how to unlock the Crimson Cavern. There's just a pool in the Crimson Cavern that is pretty good overall. overall. So I would recommend checking that out. So the Calm Zone and Crimson Cavern are at the top of my list personally, but there are definitely better zones out there depending on what you're trying to do. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys